Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do have a bunch of other pick your card readings posted for you guys there as well. For those of you that would like to book a private reading, you can find my email down below in the description box. You can send me an email and I will provide you on more information on booking readings with me. I will always list the tarot and oracle decks also in the description box for those of you that are wanting to know which decks I'm using. I list them in the description both on this channel as well as my other channel, Moon Moth Goddess. So anytime you guys have a question about what deck it is that I'm using, you can always go there and find the list. I have them separated out from tarot and oracle. Okay, so today's pick a card reading is one that I am excited to do for you guys. And I was kind of taking some time after I did private readings this morning to think about what kind of reading I wanted to do today for the collective as a pick a card. And I was sitting here and I was just kind of like pulling cards for myself. And I had this idea that just popped into my mind. And I was like, what if I ask Spirit, what is my soul's path? And I put out like all the oracle cards. And it was crazy because it was like showing me everything that I basically have gone through and where I'm at right now. So just kind of keep in mind that when we're asking what is your soul's path, it is essentially the path that your soul has taken up until this point. Now you might have some clues. I don't know, we're going to kind of see how it goes, but you might even have some clues as to what may even happen in the future for your soul, if that is something that Spirit is going to share today. I don't know. We'll see what comes through. But there are four main things that your soul's path defines in this lifetime. And those are your soul lessons, your soul's purpose, the soul's contracts you will have with people, and also what your spiritual gifts are. Okay? We all have spiritual gifts. We're all born with them. And these are all things that we've gathered from, especially for those of you that believe in past lives, past incarnations. Okay? So these are all things that we have. And when we incarnate here on Earth, our memory is wiped, right? So a lot of what we feel on our soul's path is rediscovering who we are, who we are. You know, it's kind of like putting the puzzle pieces together to really remember, you know, who we were in that past life, or what soul contracts we've had with this person or that person. And sometimes when you meet and connect with people along your path, you're like, why do I feel so drawn to this person? Why do I feel such a strong connection to them? And that is why. We can have soul contracts with people, and so our souls are meant to find each other, because there could be, right, certain contracts that we might have with that person. They could be part of a soul lesson for us, or they may even include part of what our soul's purpose is. They could be teaching us something that is helping us to open up our spiritual gifts. You know, it could be for any number of reasons that are there. So when I pulled my own cards, I was like, wow, wow. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to do that for you guys today. And we're just going to kind of see. I've never done this reading before, so I feel like we're just going to see what comes through and how it goes. Now, I will say, if you feel like when you get to a certain pile, it doesn't really align with what you've experienced already, what you've gone through, then I would suggest choosing a different pile. Okay? This may even be a reading that I add on to my list of private readings that I offer. That might be really cool. Okay, so pile one, we're going to be this, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Yesh Sogil, and it says 333 on it. And that is going to be with this Smokey Citrine. That is going to be for pile one. What is your soul's path? Pile number two, is going to be the Yogini of 285, and that's Hertz. Okay. And that is going to be with this little black Orgonite heart. Pile number 2, you are going to be the Garuda Suparna, okay, which looks like an eagle. And we have this floral obsidian, or otherwise known as firework obsidian. Okay, that's going to be for pile number 3. So pause the video if you need a little bit more time. I'm going to lay these down so you guys can see them better. Yeah, pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the artwork, the one that you feel the most drawn to, or the crystal, which way works for you. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonated with this card here, actually look at that. This is 33, and then there's 333 here. Yesh Sigoyil. Okay. I'm going to pull the cards first, and then we'll look up what this basically means, because I don't know. This is from the, what is it? The White Light Oracle. Okay. So I'm going to put this over here because I need this space. We're going to start with these Oracle cards, and I have 2 decks mixed together with this, but I don't know if I can shuffle them this way, but we'll try. So yeah, we're going to just kind of see what is coming through for you. Okay. Actually, though, that's going to be too hard for me to do it this way. What am I doing? Okay, so I might just have to shuffle this way. I think the deck, with 2 of them together, it's making it too thick for me to shuffle here. But basically, we're going to start with these Oracle cards first, okay? Now, meditation is coming out. Yeah, so we're looking, what is your soul's path, okay? So as I said, if this doesn't really match what you've experienced, what you've gone through, choose a different pile, okay? And also, you know, just, I feel like maybe I should put a trigger warning on this reading. I don't know why, but maybe for some of you, what you've gone through could be something that is very shadowy, you know, something that has been pain or trauma. So, I mean, it's really about what your path is, the path that you've walked within this lifetime. So for some of people, you know, it can be that it has been a painful path that they've walked. You know, some people we all have different experiences in life. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. Okay. We've got greed that's popping out. Okay. So let's see pile number 1. What is your soul's path? What is pile number 1's soul's path? Okay, so we've got love. What is pile 1's soul's path? Guardian. We've got awakening. We've got the jester. Okay. So I'm already kind of seeing what's happening here, but we'll talk about that. We're going to pull all of these oracle cards first, and then we're going to clarify them with the tarot. So we're kind of working backwards today, but I want to see kind of the theme of what is coming out here. What is pile 1's soul's path? We have greed. Okay, so that was something that was meant to come out for you. What is pile 1's soul's path? We have necropolis. We have betrayal. Wow. And we have love here. So that makes me feel like some of you can either be the person who has been betrayed. It may even be by love interests. Could be family experiences that you go through, friendships. We've got power. What is your soul's path, pile number 1? We have the child. And we have the poet. Okay. Look at that at the bottom, the healer. So you look at that, the healer, and tears is right underneath that. This makes me feel, I'm going to save these. But this makes me feel like the things that you're going through, and we'll get some more detail on this, but it makes me feel like the things that you go through here, maybe some of you are meant to be healers. Maybe that is what you're, because like I said, this, when we're asking what is your soul's path, it's about your soul lessons, your soul purpose, your soul contracts, and your spiritual gifts. Okay? So maybe many of you are meant to be, that is part of your soul's purpose, is to heal or to become the healer, right? With the tears here. Okay, so the first thing that I'm noticing here, we have the child here. And with the child, I feel like there's a lot of, right, the sweetness, the innocence, the purity that is here. And I'm seeing this little energy here of the poet. So some of you may even have, like, as your gifts, you may be very, I mean, literally, you could be someone who can write poetry. This skeleton is also playing a violin. So some of you maybe have a lot of creative talents, maybe ones that you've had since childhood. Okay, is what I'm seeing here. Very connected into your inner child here as well, I feel like. Okay. Now, because we have tears, of course, this can be something that happens at any age. It could have been something that has happened very early on. I mean, it kind of makes me think when I'm looking at the poet card with the skeleton playing a violin with the tears here. You know, it kind of makes me picture in my mind, in a way, hearing clairaudiently, like the violin being played very sadly, you know, for this here. So maybe some of you could have gone through some type of traumas or things like that as a child, or, you know, anything. I don't know what it is, but things like that in life. It doesn't just have to be childhood. I'm seeing that love is something that is a very significant part of what your soul's path is. And that means that you can have maybe even a lot of painful experiences that you go through when it comes to your love life. I feel like your soul here, looking at these powerful energies that are here, love and power, awakening. So to me, it's like there could be a lot of, like, as far as the soul lessons that you're learning, love, right, would be one of them, stepping into your power here. And this may even be something that comes later in life once you learn to heal from love. You know, could have even been with the tears here that you've experienced these tears during romantic relationships. You know, like I said, it doesn't just have to be childhood. But love being one of your soul lessons here, you're meant to learn what love is. And being that we have a child here, to me, this is something that is very innocent, something that is unconditional, right? Learning what unconditional love is. And I feel like some of you with the energy of the necropolis here, it makes me feel like there's been a lot of painful lessons in love that you've learned. And it could be from, with the jester here, this is kind of like the energy of a trickster. And then we have betrayal here. So it makes me feel that maybe through the experiences of love, maybe even being like a primary focus here, that you have been betrayed. Whether it's by romantic partners, friendships, family members, that you're experiencing these things here. Because the necropolis, to me, may even be like, as you go through these experiences, that this leaves you in a place where you feel like a lot has been taken away from you, almost like this emptiness here with the necropolis, like this void, you know, and it may even be that your soul is seeking out love in this lifetime, like looking for love, trying to find love, you know, and being met with people who are tricky or playing games and things of that nature, you know. So I feel like a lot of it is in your soul's path is finding your power, reclaiming your power, you know, maybe from either experiences that you've gone through during childhood. I mean, love to me is also with the poet, you know. It's like it makes me feel like maybe there's a lot of stories that you can share in terms of the things that you've gone through, you know, because through this, I mean, because looking at the necropolis here, it makes me feel like hitting rock bottom, you know, hitting rock bottom here. But then we have this beautiful energy here of power and awakening. You awakening the power within inside of yourself. And the guardian here to me is that I'm feeling a lot of protective energy. I can quite literally think about this in terms of your spirit guides, their ancestors protecting you as you are going through these things, you know? And I'm seeing like what greed and power. So it may even be like if you're someone who even in this lifetime there's been a lot of focus on money and material things, you know, and then maybe even learning soul lessons here about what is truly important, you know, because the betrayal can, of course, be with other people, but it can also be ways in which we betray ourselves, you know, because to me, this could be a little bit of deceptive energy. That could be people that are around you that are deceptive, or it could be ways in which we deceive ourselves, betray ourselves, you know. Some of you with the awakening here could quite literally be going through an awakening now. It could be awakening is part of what you will experience within this lifetime. I feel like many of you, the poet, the healer, to me, these are like, I mean, even the energy of power, these can be really tied into what your soul's purpose is to heal. Because the poet to me is you being someone who has many creative abilities. And I'm feeling a lot of it like literally with writing. Like you're meant to share your stories, your experiences. Maybe for some of you, it's going through these challenging energies and then being able to kind of pick yourself back up again, you know, like a rebirth process that you're going through within this lifetime. So yeah, many of you may be meant as your soul's part of your soul's purpose on your soul's path is to heal or to heal yourself and then help to serve the collective by healing others. Okay. In terms of soul contracts, I'm seeing this as this energy here, the jester, the betrayal, maybe even dealing with people who are showing you power and greed, and you know what I'm saying? Like you might go through those energies yourself, or maybe you do become someone who is very focused in the 3D world and with power and greed, right? And then lose yourself in that. And it's more about reclaiming who you are on a level of your soul, you know, healing that aspect of, because like I said in the beginning, it's like we're all here to learn, right? Part of what is in a way defining your soul's path is your soul lessons, your soul's purpose, your soul contracts that you have with other people, and your spiritual gifts. And I feel many of you, your gifts are tied into healing. They're tied into this energy of the poet. Like I said, it doesn't have to just be music. It could be art. It could be some form of expression, writing. Some of you literally could be good at poetry, good at writing stories or telling stories. I mean, with the energy of power here, you could be someone who has a gift of inspiring people, of helping people to find inner strength once you take the time to find that yourself. You know, awakening to your true nature without the deceiving energies that are tied into sometimes the 3D matrix, right? With material things, and learning love instead, you know, like learning what love is truly about. And love is a very high vibrational energy, unconditional love. So, yeah, I feel like many of you are very creative energies. You may have some soul contracts, though, that can include a lot of really painful things. So, what I want to do, we're going to start clarifying, and I'm just going to pull and see what comes through. Like, how, like, what I'm going to be asking basically is, how are you, you know, like experiencing love? How is this awakening? Like, what are the energies within the tarot that are tied into these here? And I think I'm going to move this down a little bit because I want to get in that healer and the tears. You know, what is it that's making you experiencing these tears on your path? Okay. So let's see, we've got the healer. Let's actually do the tears first. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell us a little bit more about the tears on pile number 1's soul's path? What are creating these tears? What is causing the tears? We have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is a card of truth. You know, a card of truth. Maybe it's finding your truth. Why is the tears here? The King of Wands. I don't know if this is a person or if this is about your energy, right? Because we are kind of delving into a lot of these energies that are coming through, but we'll see. Where is the tears, Spirit? What is the tears here for? Look at that, the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is grief, pain, sadness, loss, maybe even feeling depression, feeling hopeless, discouraged. You know, and this could potentially be tied into an experience that you have within this lifetime with a King of Wands person. They could be a fire sign. They don't have to be, but they could be a fire sign. They can also be someone who has the embodiment of the King of Wands energy. Okay? Now, I will say the King of Wands can be a little bit, or be someone who has a little bit of an ego. Okay? This person would be someone who is very attractive, someone that you felt very drawn towards, very passionate towards. I'm just going to say, because this is causing you pain here in this lifetime, this person, because of the gesture here and the betrayal, it makes me feel like it could be someone who dealing with a narcissist. Okay? Somebody who was more or less about themselves and not so much you. And so, like I said, you could be going through in your life dealing with a lot of painful lessons that you learn in love, right? Someone who's creating these tears once you see truth, right? So it makes me feel like with the King of Wands energy, was this potentially somebody who was, the way that they were talking or communicating with you was something that was tricky, somebody who was being deceptive to you in some way. And then once you saw the truth, or that truth, some type of truth was revealed about this person, that was something that caused you pain. Okay? I mean, because the King of Wands energy does like to be the center of attention. So if you were with somebody who cheated on you, or you were with somebody who was just, I don't know, it just makes me feel like very narcissistic type of energy here, especially with that gesture and the betrayal here. Okay, so if this doesn't feel like what you've gone through and what you've experienced in on your soul's path, I would say choose a different pile, because I'm feeling like this, this looks to me like the primary focus of what your soul's path is you're going through lessons of the heart, soul lessons that are all related to love. Okay, and this looks like a person who's really hurt you. Once you found out truth, some type of truth was revealed about this person, maybe about their intentions, or something that they were doing. I don't know. That could have been like love bombing and going completely 180 on you and changing their whole kind of thing here. But either way, I'm feeling like this person is someone significant in your life that was creating pain that was here. Okay, so let's see how this is kind of playing out in terms of love, Spirit. Let's see, what is the energy of love here? What is this talking about for pile 1 soul's path? The 7 of Cups. Okay, so what Spirit is basically saying here, on your soul's path, there is a lot of illusion surrounding love, which means that your love life, I'll just say, could create a lot of confusion for you. The 7 of Cups is about fantasies. It's about illusions. It's about sometimes delusion, right? So that means that there could be certain people that are in our life that are creating an illusion of love. And we're meant to, right, see truth here. See truth. So it's like, yeah, it makes me feel like there's a lot of clouded energy here surrounding what love is. And it could be that you go through many painful experiences in your love life, or have gone through, right? Where you had to really discern, like, is this love? Is this truly love? Or am I confused? Am I stuck in an illusion? Is this an illusion of happiness with love? Okay, so let's see what else. What is this love energy, Spirit? The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. So this may even be like you could be someone who in this lifetime you rush into romantic connections. Yeah, rushing into things with people and not perceiving things clearly. To me, this could even be like clouded judgment, right? Our vision being clouded when it comes to love. So we might fall in love very easily or very quickly and get kind of caught up in a daze, like we're not like, we might miss the red flags. We may not see things about people, and we're just like in the 7 of Cups energy where we're just like dreamy and floating in the clouds, and we may not necessarily be seeing. Even look at how this cat here is like reaching out to the moon, and the moon within the tarot, even though this isn't the moon card, the moon within the tarot it's a very deceptive energy. It creates illusion, something that's not as it seems, something hidden beneath the surface. And we've got the Jester here, so it makes me feel that some of you have been meeting, connecting with people that have deceived you when it comes to love. These can even be people with the Knight of Swords energy here who love bombed, who like rushed into it, right? Because we've got the King of Wands. And to me, the King of Wands, although it can be a very passionate, fiery energy, it can also be like a person who, I don't know, like I said, it's just to me like somebody who may have just like smooth talked their way into your heart really quickly, and it just kind of put you in this like a daze of not seeing something clearly. We've got air sign energy here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well, that some of you could have been dealing with. But the Knight of Swords is also someone who's very confident in themselves. The the way in which they speak. But they're also somebody who loses interest very quickly, right? And that can also be painful, especially if you're falling in love with a person. I mean, that could even play out in your life as a way that you get ghosted. You get rejected, you know, where a person just kind of discards and kind of throws to this, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, oh, well, I've got what I've needed here as the King of Wands, and this is something that's making you feel pain, sadness. Yeah, but that's like really painful lessons I feel like that you've learned. So let's get the energy here surrounding the Jester. How is Pile 1's soul path experiencing this energy here? The world. The world. The Two of Cups, it's relationships. Maybe even for some of you, a marriage. Somebody that you get married to, or that you were married to. You know? Because with Justice and the Two of Cups and the world, with this Jester energy, to me is like deception. To me, this is you having a relationship with someone, or a marriage, a karmic one at that. A karmic relationship, a karmic soulmate, a person, yeah, look at this, a karmic soulmate. So this would be one of your soul contracts that you have with a person, right? Something that doesn't last because of the deception. The truth has been revealed about this person, right? So when you meet this person, right, it happens fast. It happens like, oh my goodness, this is everything. And there's a strong bond between the two of you. But with this world energy here, this is something that doesn't last. I mean, some of you could literally be married to the person. End up like, this could be like your first spouse. And not that everybody goes and has multiple marriages, but this, if you're not with this person right now, then this may be that you do meet a person who is a karmic soulmate that ends up deceiving you here. You know, I mean, it could even be a friend too. The Two of Cups can definitely be a friendship as well. But yeah, with Justice, this is karma. There's lessons that you're learning from this deception here, right? So your soul's here and it's learning. One of those things it's learning is, like I said, the Jester energy, that's deception, betrayal, right? Love. The delusion surrounding love, right? And that can sometimes be where we're in a karmic relationship with a person and we don't see it. We ignore it, right? We ignore the red flags that are there. Okay, so let's look at, what do I want to look at? The betrayal. What is this betrayal? How will Pile 1 experience that? We have the Hermit. The Hermit. Let's get another one. Why is betrayal here? We've got the Page of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. This is somebody in your life, maybe that you've already experienced this, or you could, you know, maybe experiencing it right now. But the Page of Swords in reverse is somebody who's gossiping, pettiness, petty energy, like snarky. Why is betrayal here with Death? Communication. It's revolving around communication with somebody. You know, so it could be very well that you have somebody in your life that talks about you, gossips about you, spreads rumors. That's what the Page of Swords in reverse does. It's a very childish, very immature energy. Some of you could even be experiencing that with a Virgo or Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, but to me it's like this connection with this, and this may even be when you're young too, because we have the Page here. The Page can be a child, literally like a child energy. So you can even experience betrayal from a friend, in your life here, right? Going through these experiences. I want to see what the necropolis involves here. You know, because I feel like with the hermit energy here, the hermit is a very quiet energy. So you may even be somebody who is a quiet type or shy type, or even early in life where you were someone who's like to stay alone, very quiet, doesn't know how to express yourself, like you didn't have a voice. Is kind of what I'm getting here. Like you couldn't find your voice. Like not being able to maybe even stand up for yourself or speak up for yourself. Like maybe even somebody around you like making you feel silenced in some way, like you had no voice, or that your opinion didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's see, what is the necropolis energy here, Spirit? We've got the Queen of Swords. The Knight of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles. This makes me feel like with this necropolis type of energy here, a lot of what you're experiencing on your path, on your soul's path, is learning to find your voice, learning, I feel like, your independence, your passion. So it makes me feel like there's a lot of like hitting rock bottom here and then rising, which to me is that power and the awakening here. Finding ways of being more assertive, more clear, learning to find your voice, discovering your passions, learning to be more independent and how to support yourself financially. A lot of wisdom and knowledge that you're gaining here. Why is the Child here, Spirit? What is this Child? The Five of Swords. That can be a lot of conflict. A lot of conflict that you may have experienced during your childhood, which means that some of you, this could even be abuse. Okay, maybe verbal. During childhood. If it's not that, like with parents, during your childhood, then this Five of Swords could be a lot of self-sabotaging thoughts that you may have had as a child growing up. Feeling negative about yourself or thinking negative about yourself, even from an early age. You know, or even being bullied. Some of you could have gone through bullying. Being bullied by others, you know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of that really, because the Five of Swords can be aggressive energy. It's like about winning and losing. So, I mean, this can definitely make us feel very defeated in life. Like if we feel like, even if we were trying to gain like a parent's attention, validation from them, you know, and a parent that could have been dismissive or, you know, putting us down, or like if you got really good grades in school and then you show it to your parents and your parents are like, no, you can do better. Why did you only get that grade? Even though it could be like an A minus. Why didn't you get an A plus? You know? Because I'm looking at the Child here and she looks like she's by herself. You know? She's by herself here, feeling maybe alone, feeling lost. Why is the Poet here, Spirit? The Five of Pentacles. This is abandonment. Some of you may go through an abandonment wound. You may feel shut out by people. You may feel like you're alone. Some of you may have not had friends. not had the support that you needed. Some of you may have grown up in poverty, growing up without needs being met. Why is the Poet here? The Moon. This could have even been something that created a lot of irrational fears, insecurities. Some of you may even on your path like really kind of like suppress a lot of feelings and emotions. But this is tied into abandonment. So that abandonment can be something that you've experienced during childhood or even with romantic partners. Okay. Maybe even a feeling of lack. Growing up with a scarcity mindset. You know? So that may even, like, if you were somebody who grew up with not having enough, needs not being met, especially financial, you could grow up to be an adult that either still continues to carry that mentality, and that may even be why the greed is here, because you're feeling like, I need money, I need to, and a lot of that fixation or focus could be towards money, 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 power, trying to, like, in a way, correct what you experienced. Like, I don't want this anymore. So you might be very money driven as an adult, you know, like, I need things. Like, once you finally get a job, you're like, I want to buy the fanciest car, I want to buy the fanciest shoes, I want to buy like all this stuff. And you could become very fixated, right? Because you may not have had it as a child, you may not have had it growing up. So it could then turn into that mindset or that mentality of greed. Like, I need money. I want money. I want, you know, I want to buy this. I want to buy that. I want to buy this. And it's like focusing on all of the material things, you know. Let's see here. And I feel like because the Moon is also talking about your subconscious mind, you know, your subconscious here. And I'm feeling, because we have the Poet here, it's like there's so much, I feel like you're wanting, like your soul wants to express, maybe from that experience here of the Five of Pentacles, of what abandonment felt like. Like, it's like your soul craves, I feel like, in this lifetime to tell its story, you know, of what it's experienced, what it's went through. Why is greed here? The Four of Wands. And this may even be something that's happened in the home. Maybe this desire for stability, because if this was something that you didn't have, right? It's like just constantly like, I need to focus on this. Let's see what else. We've got the Five of Wands here. So you may even be feeling challenged. You may also take on an energy that is very competitive. Like, I want to win. I want to win. I want to get ahead. You might have like this force inside of you that is just like, I am so not going to have this when I'm an adult. You know, like you're striving for better, more, like, you know, wanting to change things for yourself, for your path, you know? Especially if you grew up with, even with parents that had a lack mentality or mindset, and you're just like, I don't want that for myself. I'm going to be different. I want to break this cycle here. I want to do things on my own, you know? So I'm curious to see what your little lion tiger over here, tiger, says. So let's look at that. Okay, so again, the White Light Oracle. So it says, you shall overcome all obstacles. Success is imminent. So stay connected to your path no matter what, and continue to apply yourself. Allow your spiritual path to support you in all areas of your life. Live by your spiritual beliefs. Seek out the support of your spiritual brothers and sisters for help when needed. But also trust that you are intimately and directly connected to the powerful divine light within. There can be a dramatic healing breakthrough when you rely upon your spiritual connection. And that's what I'm seeing here. you know, despite all of this challenging stuff. And if this is like, if this is truly what you've gone through, this is a lot. This is a lot, you know, because I feel like many of you may have been silenced with that Hermit energy, not given a chance to speak, not given a chance to use your voice. Maybe having parents tell you that your opinion doesn't matter. What you say, you know what I'm saying? So it can go into so many different things, but that's what I'm seeing here is you going through this and rising and rising, you know, finding your power here. Okay, so it's pronounced Yeshi Sogyal. Sogyal. Yeah. So it says power is that of the tiger or medicine. Her presence in a reading indicates that a boldness of spirit and willingness to engage your challenges will create the path to inevitable success. She represents our ability to generate spiritual power necessary to accomplish what needs to manifest for the greatest good. This oracle encourages you to call upon your higher spiritual guides for assistance. This empowers them to bring their light to the world through you, and for you to grow in your own spiritual advancement too. Remember, enlightenment is a team effort. With extraordinary individual players working together as one, you belong on such team. Okay? Empowerment and healing by assuming a confident attitude and taking steps forward. It indicates that a negative time is drawing to a close and encourages commitment to the task of overcoming negativities through spiritual practices suited to you. It doesn't matter if you feel like a beginner or an uncertain of how to meditate. So Yeshi became enlightened because she made progress one step at a time, attracting the right teachers and guides to assist her. You have the precious gift of such path. It is good karma to have such a path, and it creates further good karma when you pursue it. Right? That being the path of enlightenment, because it's basically this Five of Wands is, to me, is also saying a lot about you having a fighting spirit. You know, that yes, this has been what my soul's path is. It's been painful. There's been a lot of soul lessons related to love, related to betrayal, related to deception, or even going through, like I said, for some of you, things during childhood. A lot of painful things, right, that you may have gone through that created maybe many tears, not just around love or maybe even a specific person, but to me it's also, some of you may have even fallen into depression on your soul's path, and kind of like pulling yourself out of that, because the King of Wands is also a very powerful energy. The King of Wands represents our spiritual energy, so this is mastery, you know. Maybe this is through the tears and the grief and the sadness and the pain as you're working on healing here, that you have your truth being revealed and you find your power, right? And some of you could be very well in the process of this right now, awakening, finding your power, having that fighting spirit, sharing your story, finding your voice, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, creating wealth for yourself. Maybe even if you, like I said, if you become very fixated on the material world, that you learn how to transmute that. You learn how to balance that out, you know, and finding out, you know, what is truly important to you, you know, and stepping into your power here. I mean, some of you could be fire signs in this lifetime, you know, you could be a fire sign. I want to see what the healer energy is. Like I said, I feel like this is your purpose for some of you. Creatives with the King of Wands. Creatives, teachers, some of you naturally gifted teachers, writing. Let's see what else. The power of the mind with the Queen of Swords. Why is the healer here? We've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Cups. And the Lovers. I love that. Yeah, so some of you could be healing from from relationships, but the Lovers can also be about people that are close to us, family members, as well. Romantic partnerships. The Four of Cups can talk about boredom, emotionally discontent, unhappiness. The Lovers is also about union with inside of ourself. So that's kind of basically what I'm feeling you're here and you're doing as part of your soul's path is you're finding that union between your feminine and your masculine energies. And if you are someone who struggles with emotional issues or feeling unbalanced in any way, and maybe lacks commitment, lacks dedication, you could be procrastinator, you could be someone who lacks discipline, right? So it's kind of like you're healing all of these things to kind of bring your energy back into balance. And I'm seeing Judgment at the bottom. Judgment is the rebirth. Judgment is the release of karma so that you can start new and be done with this hot mess, in this lifetime, and just kind of like clear this karma, clear this energy, right? Judgment is about a rebirth. It's about transformation. This Judgment card is awakening to the truth of what your soul truly is, who you truly are. The Ace of Swords can also be an awakening. It could be that in that space of pain and sadness, that there is a breakthrough, right? You have this breakthrough, and Judgment is about you finding renewal, clearing. You're learning lessons here with Judgment. This is also the energy of forgiveness and releasing our past pain, burdens. And for some of you, like I said, if you have very karmic connections in your life that are teaching you, right, that you're learning from, that you're releasing these soul contracts because you are then turning into the healer and you are healing from this and learning the lessons and clearing this karma for yourself, which is truly beautiful, right? Then being able to, once you do that, it's helping you to align with your destiny, ultimately, okay? And then you have the Six of Wands here, which is a victory, an achievement. You being able to gain recognition should some of you choose to do some of these or use certain spiritual gifts that you might have, or finding out what your soul's purpose is and going for it. It's like you gaining recognition in this lifetime for who you are, for what you do, for what you accomplish. Like I said, some of you, it may even be as simple as, some of you are definitely creatives here. Creative gifts, spiritual gifts, whatever it is that you're using and tapping into, right? Which is truly beautiful, because to me, this is you coming out on top. You may have had a rough start, beginning, issues surrounding what I'm seeing here, relationships, and truly kind of learning so many valuable lessons that are here. But this is closing out the contracts, being done with it so that you're not having to come back and do it all over again, in another lifetime, for those of you that do believe in reincarnation and past lives and all of that. This to me is clearing this here as well. And you've got your victory right here. This is you coming out on top. Success, right? That comes with that in all areas of your life. Love and, being able to connect with somebody that's more in alignment with you as you're able to clear this energy and, be in your power here. Okay? So that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonated with Yogini of 285 Hertz, card number 14, and this little black Orgonite here, this is going to be a reading. So I did want to, and I forgot about it in the intro, but I feel like I might want to put a little bit of a trigger warning on this reading, because as we're looking at what your soul's path is, not all of our paths are bright and shiny rainbows and unicorns. Some of us go through some challenging things, Okay, so as we're looking at what your soul's path is, it might have some stuff in there that you've gone through that is painful or very challenging. So if you're not prepared, to kind of have revisit that, then you might want to come back to this reading at a different time. Okay, like I said, all of our paths are different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of with actually some oracle, and we're just going to kind of put it all out here, and then we're going to clarify the energies with the tarot to see how, these different things that are going on in your life. So we're looking at what is your soul's path. And like I said in the intro, this includes our soul lessons, our soul purpose, our soul contracts, and our spiritual gifts. Okay, so we're going to see what are the kind of like the main themes of what your soul's path is in this lifetime. So let's see, pile number 2, what is your soul's path? So this may even kind of describe situations that you encounter along your path with a family member, with a romantic partner, certain spiritual gifts that you have, what your purpose is, right? So let's see, pile number 2. What is your soul's path for pile number 2? What is pile 2's soul's path? Okay, so we have the ghost. We have the secret. This looks interesting. What is this? Pile 2. Look at that. We have the ancestor. Oh, wow. This makes me feel like some of you might even have a gift of mediumship as your spiritual gift. We've got the ghost here and the ancestor. It makes me feel like some of you are able to communicate with the spiritual realm, those that have passed on. We've got divergence here. What is pile 2's soul's path? I want to know what the secret is. What is the secret that you guys have? We have the door of dreams. What is pile 2's soul's path? The dreamer and the door of dreams. Peace. Transformation. Okay. Freedom. I love this. What have you guys been doing in your life that I haven't been doing? Pile 2. What is your soul's path? The water. Okay. And what's at the bottom? The sleepwalker. And then, oh, marriage. Okay. We'll have to see what this is about. But yeah, maybe your soul's path. And I will say those of you might already be married, or could have already been married if you're divorced. But some of you, I will say, a part of your soul's path, and this won't be for all of you, but this is very specific with what I'm seeing with the sleepwalker and the marriage. Some of you might get married to a person and recognize this is not the right one. This is not the right person. And like I said, it won't resonate for all of you, but some of you, this could be where you, through this marriage or this partnership that you go, this experience with this person, that you end up feeling like you're kind of sleepwalking through life. And you may want your freedom. You may want freedom here. Peace in your life. Going through your own personal transformation here, be it a crossroads, and dreaming of a different reality outside of this marriage. Okay, or it could be a commitment here. The marriage to me could be literally a marriage, or it could be a commitment that you have where you're feeling. And that would be for those of you where you feel like you've been in that kind of connection where you're just like, no, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Or you know, just kind of feeling like it's not aligning with you, you know, because you could even meet somebody and it's like, oh my goodness, this is so amazing, this is so great. And then you go through it and you're just like years and years and years later, and you're just like, you change, right? People change. We change. Our things that we want change, you know? So it makes me feel like you could, I mean, the marriage can also be symbolic of a career, you know, because this is a commitment here with the sleepwalker. So it makes me feel like, and that could be it too, because we have the door of dreams and the dreamer. So this could even be a career path that you're on where you feel like, I'm just going through the motions, I'm a robot. And you're kind of just to this place where you want freedom. You go through transformation here. You come to a crossroads on your path. Yeah, okay, so that's definitely something that I'm seeing here. Yeah, sleepwalking through life. It's kind of what this makes me feel like. So you might kind of feel throughout your soul's path, you feel a little lost. You feel a little lost. And with the secret here, to me, this is you kind of maybe on your soul's path, you are discovering who you are, right? Instead of being the sleepwalker, you start to transform, start to go through rebirth. And I'm feeling many of you, yes, there is a gift here. Many of you, this is mediumship. Mediumship here. What else? Because like I said, with your soul's path, it's about your soul lessons, your soul purpose, your soul contracts that you will have with people, and your spiritual gifts. And these are spiritual gifts that I'm seeing here, the ancestor and the ghost. What else would be that? Maybe transformation, spiritual transformation, the dreamers and the dream. Some of you could be clairvoyants, a clairvoyant gift where you, even your ancestors or other spiritual beings communicate with you through your dreams. You can have prophetic dreams. You can be someone who, yeah, I'm getting clairvoyance. It may be clairaudience for some of you, where you're hearing things from spirit. Maybe even some claircognizance, which is having that inner knowing, because spirit is revealing things to you through your dreams. But yeah, I'm seeing some of you have a crazy, insane gift of mediumship here. And that could really be you tuning into it, right? Practicing and getting good at it, getting better at it. Because we have water here too. So the water to me is a lot of psychic energy. Some of you can be incredibly creative. So I'm kind of going to dig in here a little bit to kind of see what does this marriage mean? How are you experiencing this in your life is what we're going to do with the tarot, because the divergence to me is you being like on your soul's path, which might be where you're at right now, or it could be soon approaching. Divergence is about basically you coming to a fork in the road on your path. So maybe if you feel like, oh, I've been doing this career for 15 years already and I'm not into it anymore, right? The sleepwalker. I mean, some of you literally could be a sleepwalker. You could wake up and sleepwalk in your dreams, you know, literally sleepwalking. Yeah, but what else? We've got freedom here. Maybe your soul, maybe part of your soul's purpose in this lifetime is to find freedom, you know, because this is a commitment here, right? And if you're feeling like maybe for some of you, whatever this commitment means, and you're feeling like you're kind of not into it, your soul, I feel like in this lifetime, as part of your purpose, is meant to find freedom, freedom for your soul. You know, some of you may also have a very strong connection to the ancestors, your ancestors. Your soul, I feel like also with the energy of peace here, is meant to find peace. I don't know if you guys can see this one. Peace. What else? Transformation for sure. But yeah, I'm seeing your spiritual gifts here. Yeah, I'm seeing the clairvoyance. Some of you might even be astral travelers with the sleepwalker here. You may even be able to kind of like visit different timelines, different dimensions, you know, like you being someone who can channel information from source, from spirit. Maybe like that's a gift right there. That is a gift. What else here? Soul contracts. I mean, your soul contract could be this right here. So we'll have to see what this is. We've got your spiritual gifts down in here. Maybe your part of your soul's purpose is for you to truly follow what your dreams are, what you dream about, right? So that you're able to attain that versus feeling like you're sleepwalking through life and not really feeling happy or fulfilled, that your soul craves freedom in this lifetime and you pursue your dreams. You open that door of your dreams and make those dreams reality. You know, as you're coming to this fork in the road along your soul's path where you gain freedom, maybe from some type of commitment. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage. It can be a relationship. It could be a family commitment or something that's there. Soul lessons. What would be some soul lessons you would learn? Maybe your soul's freedom here, transformation, finding peace, maybe even from within inside of the self, or surrounding yourself with peace with the people that surround you. Your interactions with people, making sure that they are ones that do bring about peace. Okay, so let's go into the tarot. I want to know what your secret is first off, with the secret. But your marriage, I feel like is a big thing here, because to me that is like some kind of soul contract that you might have, maybe with commitments in your life. Maybe it is romantic ones. Maybe it's friendships. Maybe you're learning how to commit yourself to something. Okay. Dedicate yourself to your dreams or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what the cards have to say. Let's look at the marriage. Okay, Spirit. So how is pile 2 going to experience this energy of marriage in their soul's path? How are they going to experience it? This marriage in their path or on their path. Justice. Some of you literally a marriage. A marriage here, okay? And those of you that are not married, I mean, just keep in mind this is a general reading, okay? This is general collective energy reading. But like I said, some of you might literally feel like you're in a marriage and you feel like this is not the right person, okay? So I would say with that, take your time. Take your time, especially if you're someone who's not even married yet. Take your time. Be discerning with the person that you choose to say, I do to. You know? Don't rush into it. Don't force commitment with someone who's not really in alignment with you. Right? Of course, yes, we change, we grow, we evolve. And sometimes we're the person who grows and changes and evolves in a relationship, and the other person doesn't work on themselves. You know, we don't always stay the same. We grow, we change, our feelings change. You know, why is marriage here? The 2 of Wands. What did I say? The 2 of Wands. Okay, so the 2 of Wands, again, the crossroads. So it means to me that there's some type of crossroads here that you have with some type of a commitment. Justice could literally be a soul contract that you have with someone, a romantic partner that you come to a crossroads at, and you're feeling, I have to make a choice whether I'm going to stay with this person or I'm going to move on and give my soul freedom. Okay, so it doesn't just have to be a marriage. It could be a relationship that you've had where you found this person is not in alignment with me. Justice is karma. So this makes me feel like it's a karmic relationship that you find yourself at a crossroads at, you know? It doesn't even need to be somebody that you're married to, but it could be someone that you've had some type of soul contract here with, or that you will, that is karmic in nature, and that you find yourself at a crossroads where you have to make a decision. Do I stay or do I go? Does this connection or this job, because this is a contract here, does this align with what my dreams are, with what I want for my future? What is the marriage here, Spirit? How will Pile 2 experience this on their soul's path? How will Pile 2 experience this marriage on their soul's path? Look at that, the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is sadness, disappointment, feeling hopeless, right? So some of you quite literally could be in an unhappy situation with someone where you're going to have to make a choice or a decision here, or if you've not already, because some of you, this is your past, you know? Yeah, so some of you might feel like this isn't the right person, you know? Or it could even be that you want, you're in a situation with somebody where you really want commitment from this person, and it stays kind of like at this 2 of Wands energy, which is not really progressing, stagnant, right? And then this is being something that ends up causing heartache as well. So we can look at it that way as well. Or like I said, maybe a job that you don't feel happy in, you know? Okay, so what is the sleepwalker energy here, Spirit? We've got the 4 of Wands and the Death card. Yeah, it's the relationship. It's the relationship, right? So this to me is one of your soul lessons that is tied into a soul contract, you know? This could even be family with the 4 of Wands, a family situation, okay? But with the Death card here, it's like this experience that your soul goes through is something that helps with your transformation. Even if it is something that causes pain or heartache, it's like your soul is learning here. It's meant to learn from this experience. It's meant to transform out of this, right? Let's look at this fork in the road that you guys have, the divergence here. The Hermit. The Hermit. This is you spending, or even being in your path where you reach this point of feeling a little bit lost, like I said. And the Hermit is where you discover yourself. It is where you heal. It is where you take time for introspection, reflection. This is the energy of solitude. Whether you are single or alone or feel lonely. The Hermit is a beautiful energy. You know, sometimes we can say that the Hermit energy feels very much like a dark night of the soul. But it is through the energy of the Hermit where we find ourselves. You know, so you could be kind of like at a crossroads on your path where you're feeling lost and trying to figure out who you are, what your purpose is, what are you meant to do, right? That happens all in the Hermit energy. Let's see, what is this divergence here? The Queen of Wands. That's where you find your power, Pile 2. That is where you claim your power, your independence. Is through some deep soul searching. You know, that maybe this here serves as a catalyst for this to happen for some of you. But already, look at you, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I want to look at your secret, but I guess we should do it now. Let's do it. What's the secret here, Spirit? You're like, oh no, don't say it out loud. Let's see. What is the secret? What is hiding here, Spirit? What is the secret? The Seven of Wands. How is that a secret? This could be overcoming some type of obstacle. Let's see what else. What is the secret here? The Seven of Pentacles. Oh, this is the Chariot energy. The Ten of Wands. Okay, so what I'm getting from this secret here is I feel like this is a very specific message too, and I feel like it's about this right here. But this makes me feel like whether this is a marriage, literally a marriage, a partnership, somebody you're dating, some type of commitment here, that this here is making you feel this way. And it is something that you do not speak of. So let's just say that you are on your soul's path. You find yourself in a relationship that is not in alignment with you anymore, right? And you are feeling a little bit sad, a little bit like hopeless. Like, is this what love is supposed to be like? Is this it? You know? That's what this is to me. Because the Seven of Wands energy is about us being, and we do have two sevens here, okay? The sevens connect into the Chariot in the tarot. And the Chariot is about us having the willpower to move forward, to make progress. And in order for us to do that, we need to find our power. We need to balance out our energies, masculine, feminine. We need to be in a place where we're saying, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to stop. So the secret here to me is that, let's just say that you are in a situation here where you are feeling very challenged, right? Especially for those of you that were in a marriage and you're feeling like, no, this is not serving me. You could be secretly not really revealing to your partner, hey, I'm not happy, and trying to think of an exit plan for yourself to gain some freedom, because the Seven of Pentacles is about evaluating, reassessing what we are investing our time and energy into. We have the Seven of Wands here, which is about being able to overcome obstacles. It's also about boundaries and about not backing down. It's a card of perseverance, pushing through something. And then you have the Ten of Wands energy here, which is a lot of energetic burdens, heaviness that you're holding on to. So you may even be someone who is going through a lot and not telling anyone, not asking for help, not telling people, hey, I'm really stressed out right now. I need someone to talk to. You could be keeping all of this stuff to yourself and not speaking of it, you know, and kind of like wearing a smile on your face, like everything's good, everything's fine, when it's really not. It could be some of you with the Ten of Wands energy here could even be feeling like you have a lot of stress, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of weight that you're carrying on your shoulders that you don't speak about. What the secret there? Okay. And of course, those stressors would be different for all of you, you know, the burden that something creates or causes. So let's look at what your freedom is. How will pile 2 experience this energy of freedom on their soul's path? The Page of Swords. By speaking, there's something that you're going to be saying, something that you will be communicating through some type of message. The Ace of Wands. I mean, the Ace is a new beginning here. It's some type of inspired, something you're feeling inspired by. The Six of Cups. Some of you, I feel like this freedom is connected into your inner child or even to your past. Of friendships, bonds, connections with other people. The Six of Cups is also about receiving a gift in some way. So it could be someone who's giving something to you, or somebody communicating something to you. Could be meeting a friend, someone in your life that comes in. Meeting someone, I feel like meeting someone here that completely changes things for you. It could be someone who's helping you, maybe giving you advice, like a blessing here, some type of gift. And it may even be something that they say to you that just kind of like, you're like, wow, wow, I can change things here. I don't have to feel this way. Okay, let's see what your transformation is here, pile 2. The Knight of Pentacles. This makes me feel like with this transformation that you go through on your soul's path, that it includes you learning how to stay committed, dedicated to making progress, to getting ahead, to working towards the things that you really want. We have the Emperor here and the World in reverse, which to me is about you closing cycles here. I mean, with the Emperor energy here too, you can also be very much stepping into your masculine energy with getting things done, getting focused, getting disciplined. And that being something by you embodying your masculine energy is what really helps you with your transformation. Because no longer are you sitting here sleepwalking, right? In a commitment, no matter what it is, and feeling like at the crossroads, like, do I or don't I? It's like you're stepping into this energy here. You're seeing higher perspective of things. And there you go with that Knight of Pentacles of putting one foot in front of the other. I'm getting this done. This is what I want, right? As the Queen of Wands too. To closing this cycle here. Let's see what your Door of Dreams has in it. What is the Door of Dreams here, Spirit? What is your Door of Dreams for pile 2? The Door of Dreams, the Ace of Pentacles, is a new beginning. So many of you, as you're coming to that crossroads on your soul's path, your soul is like asking for some type of a new start, a new beginning. Many of you, this can be a home, right? Moving to a new home, buying your own home, a new job, okay? A new career. Why is the Door of Dreams here? The Four of Swords is also rest, peace of mind. And you have the Five of Swords energy here. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of, in a way, you're also releasing a lot of self-sabotaging thoughts here along your soul's path. You're finding more calmness, more a stillness from within the self to be able to create that new beginning. What is this water energy here, Spirit? We have the Ace of Cups. This is new love. New love for some of you, you know? So it's kind of like you let something go here. You let something go here that's not in alignment for you. And then you create this new beginning. You go through your personal transformation. And as you're in that, you know, your soul then has this freedom here. The Six of Cups is a beautiful energy. Your soul feels free. It feels, you know, inspired, happy. The sparks come back for you. And so when you're shifting into that energy here, you've got new love. New opportunities in love. You feel a lot more, there's a lot of healing here that's also happening for you here on your soul's path. Many of you could be tapping into your creative gifts here. A lot of purification, a lot of healing The Seven of Cups energy in reverse. And I feel like with this here, it's kind of like you're, some of you could even be breaking yourself out of an illusion, right? Breaking yourself out of illusion. What is the ancestor here? What is the ancestor spirit? The King of Swords. Yeah, you guys have mediumship. This is like, the King of Swords represents higher consciousness. And so many of you are like a direct channel to receive, like you could literally be a channeler. You're like, you have that access to receive downloads, information. Like I said, clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, mediumship abilities to be able to talk to and communicate with the divine, your ancestors, some of you, your ancestors, or other people's ancestors, right? Why is the Dreamer here? We've got the Chariot in reverse. So it makes me feel like it's like you have these dreams on your path. You have things that you want to do. But with the Chariot in reverse, that's what I was saying earlier with the sevens, right? The Chariot in reverse is delays, setbacks, a lack of willpower, a lack of, it may even be fear of doing something, right? I have all these dreams, but I'm too afraid to do it. I'm too afraid to go. You know, this isn't something that lasts, but this is something that you're dealing with, right? Along your soul's path. Is you're trying to get going. You're trying to help yourself to like get out of the slump, out of the sleepwalking. You know, out of that place where you're just kind of going through the motions in life, and like you're finding this energy here of making change, positive change into your life. And I'm seeing the Magician. It's like you're along your soul's path, you're manifesting a new reality for yourself. You know, and some of you, like I said, you could be like in the process right now of going through this. Why is Ghost here? The Tower. The Tower. Some of you could be going through many tower moments in your life, sudden changes, things feeling like they're falling apart. Eight of Cups, look at that, and the Four of Pentacles. So it's kind of like you're finally, to me, because the ghost to me too is also you literally being like a ghost. Like you feel emptiness along your soul's path. You feel emptiness, like almost like you would describe it as like you feeling like an empty shell of a person. Like trying to find your purpose, like trying to find meaning in life, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to discover all of this, like your soul's trying to find itself, to find itself. And to me, with the Tower energy here, some of you can be going through spiritual awakenings along your path, where you finally have this wake-up call, this shift, this realization. And that could be here with the Four of Pentacles, of you releasing attachment to certain things that are not in alignment with you. And then you have the Eight of Cups energy here, which is basically you setting out on a journey of discovering who you are. You're letting go of things and having enough courage and power to walk away from things that are not in alignment for you. Setting out on the journey of discovering the self so that you're no longer the sleepwalker. No longer the sleepwalker. And what is this peace, this representation of peace, Spirit? What is this peace? The Knight of Swords, peace of mind. Peace of mind. Temperance. I love that for you guys. Temperance. This is like you transmuting all of this energy, healing. I love it. You guys are transmuting energy. You're healing yourself. Look at how this cup is like over the cat, like, and the water is kind of like pouring out here. Well, I mean, it's pouring into the cup, but it looks like it's like over the cat, you know, like it's clearing the cat. Temperance is balance, it's harmony, it's equilibrium, you know? It's like along your path, you're realizing, recognizing when there's whatever the commitments are. Like I said, some of you, yes, it is a relationship, it is a marriage, but this is karmic. You're letting go. Some of you might be right here, right now. The Chariot in reverse and the Dreamer. Having things that you want to accomplish, things that you think about, dream about, and your Chariot's in reverse. You might not be quite there yet where you feel like, I do have the willpower to let this go or to move on from this career or to make this change, you know? So you could be in this process here, but I feel like a lot of it here with the Queen of Wands is going to be you having confidence in yourself, building up your self-esteem, healing yourself, going through your personal transformation, you becoming and stepping into that masculine energy, which is all about action, focus, discipline, getting things done, so that you are able to find more balance in your life, right? That's basically what your soul is here to do. Part of your soul's purpose, you know? I mean, and because the Queen of Wands is here and the Emperor, you may be meant to help lead others. Once you master this yourself, you may be someone who works as a creative of some. I mean, some of you literally could go into spiritual businesses and work as a medium, work as using your clairvoyance and clairaudience and helping people, because we have dreams here and door of dreams. So it's kind of like as you are moving through this energy to achieve your own dreams, you may turn around and be someone who's meant to have a soul's purpose of motivating other people, inspiring other people, and to find their inner power, to find their inner strength. You could literally be helping people transform, right? The Queen of Wands is a creative, so she can really do anything. She can do anything she wants as long as she feels passionate about it, right? But the Queen of Wands, being that she is about, you know, the physical beauty. I mean, some of you could be helping transform people by doing hair, doing makeup, some kind of artistry, some kind of personal training. You could be someone who becomes a life coach. You know, there's so many different ways that you can kind of take that, but this is transformation here and peace. So, and freedom, you know, that you can be helping people with. I mean, you may even with the energy over here, you could even be somebody who works as a mediator or somebody who's helping people, a marriage counselor, you know, just like anything that you feel that you want to do with this. So I want to look at this energy here and see what this is. This is 14. So let's see, 14. Okay, so it says Yogini of 285 hertz, and it says changes in your life, including closing doors or missed opportunities, are not going to derail your fulfillment. Realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. You are being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering, right? So away from this. Trust in how your life path is unfolding. Stay true to your authentic healing journey because it is working, whether you realize it or not. Significant inner healing is taking place. Okay, so I want to see, where is the important stuff here? It says, when the Yogini of 285 hertz makes her presence felt in a reading, it is a sign that we are on a powerful healing journey to connect body, mind, and soul with the truth of our spiritual nature. We are working at an inner level to let go of past pains and open up to our empowerment and grace, dignity, and legitimacy in the present moment. This oracle indicates there is a spiritual approach to heal any and all struggles in our lives. Okay, so it says the tone of 285 hertz supports the treatment of wounds, cuts, burns, or any other damaged tissue. It is the tone of optimal health. Okay? So maybe for some of you, you might want to listen to that. I know that they probably have videos that play that tone on YouTube. That may be something that you want to listen to, maybe during meditation. That's going to really help you. Okay. Where else? It says, if you feel disoriented or conflicted about a choice, trust that this chaos is a consequence of cosmic realignment with your life path. Move through it and trust in your heart, patience and a willingness to keep the faith, knowing you will eventually find your way. The adjustments taking place within you will affect your outer world. Just like the tumultuous alchemical journey of the caterpillar transforming into a butterfly, your inner transformation shall shape you and your world into the beautiful, inspired, and authentic form it's meant to be. And that's what you're doing here. That's what you're doing. You're transmuting this energy here. You're changing. You're transforming. Right? Like I said, some of you could literally be here still, right? But no, this is Spirit telling you here that healing is taking place, whether or not you realize it. It may not have been reflected in your outer reality yet, but it's happening. All these tower moments that you experience, trust they're happening for your highest good, right? So when you have friends leave your life, you have certain romantic partners leave your life, trust the changes. Okay, trust the changes that you're going through on your soul's path, pile 2. So that is all that I have for you guys. I do hope this reading was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with this card here, number 42, Garuda Suparna, and this little flower Obsidian. This is going to be a reading today. So I did want to put a little bit of a trigger warning for this reading, only because we're looking at what your soul's path is. And as I told pile 1 and pile 2, not everyone's soul's path has been a great one. You know, some of us have gone through a lot of really painful or challenging things. And so if we're seeing something that might come up through here, if you guys are feeling extra sensitive today, you might not want to have that kind of like put in your face, you know, so you might want to come back to it another time. Just save it, you know, like on a playlist for yourself. But we're looking at what is your soul's path. Okay, and as I said in the intro, your soul's path is defined by 4 main things: the soul lessons that you learn, your soul's purpose, the soul contracts that you will have with people, and also your spiritual gifts. Okay, so all of those things might be ones that are going to come through, and I will let you guys know what they are. But we're also going to be pulling actually oracle cards first to kind of get a picture of what you're experiencing on your soul's path. And then we'll pull the tarot to see how you're going to experience that, or how you have already. Okay. Let's see. Pile number 3. What is your soul's path? What is pile 3's soul's path? What is pile 3's soul's path? I'm just going to do this so it's faster. What is pile 3's soul's path? Okay, so we have otherworldly. What is pile 3's soul's path? We have the corridor. What is pile 3's soul's path? Freedom. We have, okay, the victim. Okay. We have decay. The path. What is pile number 3's soul's path? We've got, what is this? The alchemist. I love it already. I love it because this is transformation for you. What is the soul's, pile 3's soul's path? Trapped, the prisoner. Okay, so this, look at this. You got the victim here, the prisoner, trapped, decay, and then you have freedom with the alchemist here. So I'm already guessing looking at this energy. We're going to see how you're experiencing these things on your soul's path. Like, how is it happening? Who is it with? If that's what Spirit's going to share with us. But this is you transmuting. This is you gaining freedom along your soul's path. So it could be that you go through, right, these things that are painful, whether this is you trapping yourself in a way by your own thoughts, or even experiences that you go through with family members, with friends, with romantic partners, you know. But then you have the freedom and the alchemist here. So all the three piles, they've been really just wow. Like when I was doing all of them, they came out so beautiful, because it's like it shows so much about what we go through as a collective, you know, what we experience, the things that we go through and how we experience them, and how much we're growing and evolving, and all of these things. Although they can, you know, the things that we go through are challenging, they can be painful. Let's see, let's get one more. What is pile three's soul's path? Autumn. I love that. Okay. What's at the bottom? Dystopia and an entanglement. Okay. So, let's move this a little bit so I can fit these in here. But yeah, we're going to kind of look into what these energies are, how you're experiencing these things. Because essentially, it's like going through this here. The autumn to me is about release. It's about changes that are happening within you. The alchemist here is you transmuting. And this is aligning with your path. You do have otherworldly here, which makes me feel those of you that chose this pile, I feel like some of you might be starseeds. Some of you might be from, like, there's a lot of spiritual energy here. I feel like with this otherworldly, we're going to look at how and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm going to clarify with the tarot. This might be important. We've got strength and meditation in there. So I'm going to hold on to this over here. Where do I even start? There's something that's happening here, clearly. Something that you've gone through that was very challenging for you. The entanglement can be getting caught up in something with, of course, you know, anybody really, but more or less it can be a romantic partner, getting caught up in a situation. We're going to see what it is. But the dystopia to me here is, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel a little bit like feeling lost, displaced. Some of you might even on your soul's path, you feel like, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. This isn't my home. I don't feel at home. I feel different than everybody else. So yeah, the otherworldly to me here. Also to me, it kind of like, it gives me kind of like old soul vibes. Like you're someone who's, I feel like maybe has experienced many lifetimes. And when I'm looking at this here, it's almost like I'm imagining you before you incarnated here on earth, that you're just like asking and speaking with your spirit guides, like, give me the hard level, give me the hard one, and I'm gonna show you, like telling your spirit guides, like, I can do this, I got this, give me the hard level on earth, at Earth School. Because this looks like some really challenging energy here. The victim, prisoner, trapped, and decay. You know? It looks like you've gone through some stuff, pile 3. You have gone through some stuff. But yeah, I'm picturing you standing there, like with your spirit guides, like, give me the hard level at Earth School, and I will show you that I will make it through this. Because that's what's happening here, is you are making it through. Even though you may have felt like you've had a very challenging path, kind of like hand that you've been dealt in life. I'm feeling with the otherworldly here, you have like this beautiful spiritual energy about you. And I feel like it's what on your path is your discovering this about yourself. Like there's so much through this, whatever this is that you're going through and how you're experiencing it, like so much of this stuff that you're uncovering to reveal who you are, which I feel like is a very wise old soul that has, because honestly, the trap, the prisoner, the victim, decay, this kind of reminds me a lot of the path of a shaman. Quite honestly, the path of a shaman that is going through some really challenging things. But it's like, these are like the hard lessons, right? The hard and painful stuff that we go through as a soul. Because as it just makes me feel like very shaman energy, very shaman-like. And we'll see what comes through with the tarot. But it's like you're someone who's needs to learn those whole things, right? Because a shaman is a healer, right? So if you are the shaman and you're meant to help others to heal, you're going through this first, right? You're going through this. You're experiencing what these experiences feel like so that you can then become the healer, the shaman, right? Okay, so let's start going into this. And I feel like many of you with the victim here, I mean, like I said, that's why I wanted to put kind of like a trigger warning on this, because I don't know what's going to come through. Some of you may have gone through some really not so great stuff. But that can even be stuck in a victim mindset, a victim mentality, you know, that we're holding on to. Because even in this little prisoner card here, the little skeleton has like this thing that's like over its head, trapped. Okay, so let's see. What is this victim energy here, Spirit? How will pile number 3 experience this victim energy? How will they experience this victim energy on their soul's path? The 10 of Wands. This is a lot. The 10 of Wands is a burden. It's energetic burdens that we're carrying. So some of you may even, as part of your soul's path, you might be clearing a lot of karma. I will say that. A lot of karma. This can be from past lives. Okay? Past lives. The 10 of Wands is a lot of energetic burdens that you're carrying. This literally with the 10 of Wands is when we have gone through so much stuff. We feel absolutely depleted, tired, drained. Like we've gone through it here with the 10 of Wands and the victim. This is a lot, pile 3. I can't even imagine. Why is the victim here? The 10 of Cups. This could even be with family. This could be with romantic partners. A lot of stress from family situations. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Family situations or romantic partnerships. Okay, let's get one more. Why is the victim here? So a lot of maybe stressful or even toxic family dynamics. We've got Temperance in reverse. Okay. So this is basically connections that were unbalanced. Okay. Connections that were out of alignment. This could have been, toxic family situations. This could have been toxic relationships. Just generally with temperance is something that's out of alignment for us as a soul. Something that's throwing us off, keeping us out of alignment. Okay, so what is this trapped energy here, Spirit? What is the trapped energy? How will pile 3 experience this in their soul's path? The 2 of Swords. It's the mind. Mental, feeling trapped, stuck, blocked. Right? Because if you go through stuff like this in your past as the victim, right, with family stuff, romantic partner stuff, these things can replay over and over and over again, right, in your mind. Why is the Prisoner here? The Knight of Cups. It's stuff with romantic relationships. It's love. Why is the Prisoner here? The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you, it's like even like ex-partnerships, stuff like that. Especially if you've left those relationships and those connections, it could be hard for you to let go of it, right? Because we do have the 10 of Wands, which is basically all the stuff that you go to or go through. It's like you're still holding on to it energetically. It's been hard for you to release it, to heal from it, you know? Like even if it's something that happened during childhood, especially with the family stuff, some of you as a teenager, I feel like it's been hard for you to release. So you may even feel like with the decay here that it's been something that's been eating away at you, or it's been, I want to say like almost like siphoning your energy. Why is decay here? We've got the 3 of Cups. It may even be something that's affecting your connections with other people, with friends. You may have lost friends. You may have had like friends that came into your life, but then relationships that just kind of like fall apart. Like maybe having difficulties with maintaining friendships, maintaining connections with people. People that don't support you, you know, that are not happy for you. And that could just be from just having people in your life that are like jealous of you, or like not being supportive. Or some of you could even be the other way around, where your friends feel more like family than your actual family. You know, some of you can even be that as well. I'm also getting, this could even be blockages to your creativity for some of you that you could experience on your soul's path. Blocks to the creative energy. Let's look at this entanglement here. What is the entanglement pile number 3 will experience here in their soul's path? What is the entanglement? The Magician. Why is the entanglement here? The 10 of Swords. Okay. Some of you, this could be with a masculine energy, the Emperor, which could be an entanglement with, I mean, I'm just going to start throwing some stuff out there. Some of you, this won't resonate with all of you, but um, some of you, this could be an entanglement with a married person. Okay. Like if you're in a third party situation, you have an entanglement with someone like that. Some of you can literally be a spouse. Um, like if you, like the father of your children or a father of a child. Some of you, this entanglement may even be related or connected to a masculine energy, father figure. The Ten of Swords energy is pain, a painful ending. Some of you may have even lost a partner or lost a spouse along your soul's path, like going through the grief, like having a family member pass away, a father, or even a husband, a grandparent, grandfather. And I'm feeling for some of you, this is attached to a lot of pain. So this may not be for all of you, but this here is attached to a lot of pain here. A painful ending, a painful breakup for some of you. I mean, the Ten of Swords can also talk about betrayal or backstabbing, being betrayed by someone. Okay. Um, okay, let's see what this dystopia is here. What is the dystopia? The Eight of Cups. Something you'll be moving on from, a situation, a person. We've got the Six of Cups. This could have even been something that happened during childhood, dystopia. Because I'm seeing the Page of, yeah, this is childhood for some of you. Some of you may have gone through some childhood trauma. Maybe if you lost your father, lost a parent, some of you. I'm feeling that some of you, this is connected to childhood, having a painful childhood experience. Some of you, I'm also getting there could have been something significant that happened during your childhood. I don't know exactly what it is, but something significant happening in your childhood in which your emotional needs were not being met. So there may have been neglect or something that caused almost like your creative energy getting stifled. And that can happen sometimes when we go through trauma. We stop, and freeze at that age. And a part of ourself kind of gets blocked off, But I'm feeling for some of you this happened young, pretty young, And I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to be it could be watching a parent go through something, watching your parent go through something, and that's something that then affects you as a child. Having someone leave for some of you, Some of you could have had a child with somebody and the person abandoned you. I mean, this could even happen for some of you that have go through a pregnancy and then the partner just disappears, abandons. So some of you, this could be abandonment wound that you might have along your soul's path. Okay, so like I said, with that 10 of Wands, it's a lot. There's a lot there. Of course, this reading is not going to cover all of it for a general reading, but it looks like there's a lot of stuff there that's happening. And some of you, I feel like there's pregnancy. Some of you may even have lost pregnancies, okay? And that experience spirit babies, okay? Some of you may have had that experience, which is extremely painful, challenging as well. Some of you may have lost a child. It feels like a lot of painful things that you've gone through. So it feels a lot, like you've been through a lot. You've had a lot of, I feel like, very challenging experience. Like I said, I feel like when I'm looking at that otherworldly, like there's such a strong spiritual energy that comes through that. But it's like I'm imagining you as this soul that's sitting down with your spirit guides, with your ancestors, and you're like choosing, right, these soul contracts and these things that you will experience on earth. Choosing these experiences, like I'll take the hard level. I'll take the hard one because I can do this. You're the alchemist here, right? I feel like that's what your soul's purpose is. You're meant to transmute energy. So it's like, don't give me something easy. Give me something hard. And to me, these are hard experiences. These are painful, right? So you can see with this energy here, like I said, this is no walk in the park that you've gone through. Those of you that resonate with this pile, this is no walk in the park that you've gone through. Maybe grief, pain, loss, suffering, all of these things that you've, I feel like, encountered along your path. But it's like, many of you might still feel like you are in this Two of Swords right now. Like you feel like you're still holding on to this. It's painful, to process a lot of that. But as part of your soul's path, you are the alchemist here, right? And in a way, I feel like you're like, watch me do this. Watch me do this. Watch me heal this. Right? Learning how to transmute. You've got the temperance energy there. And I feel like more or less it's about you, focusing on your healing. Focusing on your healing. Let's see here. Why is autumn here? The Three of Swords is you're releasing pain, which is what's happening here. You have all of these experiences that you've gone through. And with autumn, like I said, to me, this is about release. This is about change. And what are you changing and releasing? The Three of Swords. That is pain and suffering. That's healing. So part of your soul's path, you're going through these experiences. Like I said, there's a lot in here. I'm sure there's plenty more that I haven't mentioned here. But I'm seeing childhood. I'm seeing loss of loved ones, maybe loss of partners. Some of you, like I said, literally have lost a spouse, lost a child, abandonment. It's a lot to transmute, right? It's a lot. And that's why you have the Ten of Wands. It feels like there's so much. Like if people could only take one day to walk in the shoes that you've walked, pile 3. This is a lot, And so I feel like you're gaining a lot, as you're healing here, releasing, working through, trying to transmute this energy. And I'm looking like that. Remember I said this feels important. We've got strength and meditation. The Necropolis. To me, this is, I feel like you're finding this along your path, or at least this is what your purpose is, right? As you're going through these things, like this is healing, the alchemist. Remember I said this feels very shaman-like to me. Like you're going through all of the hard, challenging, difficult things in life to find your inner power and strength. And maybe for some of you, it's like you're using, maybe meditation is a tool for you to be able to transmute this. So let's look else. What is this freedom, Spirit? What is the freedom here? The Five of Pentacles. That's abandonment. That is a feeling of lack, scarcity, right? So you may, along your path, you might be someone who does carry that energy of abandonment wounds. If you've ever been ghosted before, right? We can feel that. If we've ever been rejected, we can feel that. If we've ever had someone just kind of like break up with us and not give us a reason, we can feel the Five of Pentacles. If we've had issues with manifesting money, abundance into our life, we can feel the Five of Pentacles. It's a feeling of emptiness, a feeling of void, of despair. And that's what you're gaining freedom from. Is that feeling of lack, that feeling of void and emptiness from everything that has kind of taken away from you, you know? Let's see what else. What is this freedom, Spirit? What is the freedom that pile 3 is going to experience on their soul's path? The Two of Wands. I'm sorry, the Two of Pentacles. That is about balance, choices, weighing your options with the Five of Swords. That is self-sabotaging thoughts or the feeling of defeat, right? When life makes you feel defeated, so challenged. That's what you're gaining this freedom from. Okay, so let's look at your corridor here, which basically to me, your corridor is like, I'm imagining you here walking along this path towards the light, right? Because as you're passing down this corridor here, there's a bunch of these trees that are dark, right? A lot of shadowy energy here. And then it's like you're headed towards this door. And that's where the light is, you know? So to me, this is also symbolic of you finding your path through all of these things. Again, this is to me like you chose the hard level. You chose the hard one. And this light that's glowing out of here is just beautiful. It's like I said, this otherworldly energy is so spiritual. Okay, let me look at this corridor here. Why is the corridor here for pile 3's soul's path? Judgment. I love this. This is so beautiful, you guys. Judgment is karma. It's literally judgment day, right? This is where you go down this corridor on your path, on your soul's path. This isn't going to make me cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. It's like you're going through all of these things, and judgment is where your soul is freed from the burdens of the past. This is where you find renewal within your soul. That is what your soul is here to do, is to find freedom, to gain freedom from all of the things, that 10 of Wands, all of the energetic things that you're holding on to. Judgment is karma. So it's looking back on your life. What have these things taught me? What lessons did I learn, right? Because that's what we're here doing. We're here learning, right? Only I feel with the otherworldly energy, this is not where Earth is not where you're from, pile 3. you're like coming to earth to learn what the earth lessons are, and then you're taking that back. So it feels very like otherworldly. It feels very like starseed energy, very just like, but yes, judgment is where you find renewal. It's where you find transformation. It's forgiveness. It's healing. It's letting go of releasing anger and resentment and pain and burden and forgiving yourself, right? Judgment is an awakening. So as many of you could be going through an awakening on your soul's path and aligning with your soul's purpose, answering the call of your soul is what I'm seeing. Okay. Why is the corridor here? I want to get one more. What is the corridor? The sun. I love it. 8 of Pentacles. It's like you're on your path. You're achieving self-mastery. That's what your purpose is, okay? Your purpose is to master the self through all of this. And the sun is a beautiful light energy. The sun is literally spiritual enlightenment. Okay? It is spiritual enlightenment because this is reaching and achieving success, completion, right? It's number 19 in the tarot. 19, 20 is judgment, and then you have the world card, which is 21. That's the end. It's the end of the cycle, right? So the sun is us basically going through our entire soul's path, our life, and at the end of it, right, we're achieving enlightenment, pile 3. That's what you're doing here. Your soul's purpose is here, going through being the trapped, the prisoner, the victim, the decay, and changing and healing and reaching a place of enlightenment. Why? Because you've learned all of these things. Your soul has learned. It's kind of like your soul is here, like this cat is like all broken down, you know? This cat's like, here I am. I made it through. You know, it's like it's really beautiful. I know, you know, many of you have gone through some really painful, very, very challenging things. So I can totally empathize with that. I'm someone who's gone through a lot too, you know. And that's kind of what inspired me to do this reading today. Because when I was doing it for myself, just sitting here, I was like, oh my goodness, look at what I've gone through. Look at what I've gone through. And look where I am now, you know, helping you guys. So yeah, to me, the sun, this is you achieving, your purpose here is you're achieving awakening, enlightenment, self-mastery in this lifetime, right? And as you do this, you may even be someone who serves the collective by helping other people, being a guide for other people, right? In whatever way you choose to do that, right? Those of you that have lost family members or children or have gone through certain things in relationships, like you can turn around and be a counselor. You can become someone who is a therapist. You can become someone who works with children. So many different things, right? Because of these things that you've gone through. And I always say, especially when I'm doing people's soul's purpose private readings, a lot of your soul's purpose is tied into those lessons that you're learning, the painful ones, the difficult ones, you know, that you've gone through. You know, I am someone who went through a lot of trauma early in childhood. And it's something that lasted throughout my teenager years, all the way up into my 20s and 30s. And it finally stopped going through trauma after trauma after trauma and just awful stuff that I've went through until I was almost 40 years old of living like that, feeling like a tortured soul. Like, why am I like this? Why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep going through all these awful, painful things? Now I see why, right? I guess my soul chose the hard level too. My soul chose this level too, because look what I'm doing now, right? I needed that. I needed to go through that. I needed to experience those things, even though those things were awful. At that time, I felt awful, tortured, literally, that because I was going through all of that stuff. But now when I look back on it, I am grateful, because it is with those things that I've went through that have turned me into the person that I am today, made me stronger and so knowledgeable and wise, wise in my 45 years of age, that I've learned so much, from these things, and now have the tools to be able to help other people, because I've already walked the path. I've already gone through my dark night of the soul, and I'm on the other side now, and that's where you guys are meant to go, to reach. Like I said, you showing up just like this cat at the door. Hello, spirit guides. I'm done. I finished it. I completed it. Looking all like this cat looks like it's just got, like it's got nothing left, but it's here, right? And that's you standing. You're still standing. You're still here, right? Beautiful. Yeah, I'm feeling that's definitely enlightenment. Why is the alchemist here for pile 3? The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. It's like you're transmuting all of this stuff. Meditation, that's why it's important. We've got the Four of Swords. This is meditation. This is rest. This is calm, peaceful energy here, right? Because your mind up here, being trapped in the mind, right? Because of all these things, carrying that energetic burden of all these things in the mind and not being able to release and let them go. You're alchemizing this here. Meditation may be something that's very powerful for you, pile 3. Very powerful for you. Because the Four of Swords is the mind being at rest, peace, healing. This is healing. Many of you are healers, okay? I will say that. You are healers. That is your purpose, right? You could be someone who becomes a life coach, helping people who also feel trapped in their mind, right? Helping them to find more calm. I mean, you could even be someone who does guided meditations for people. If you like your voice, or other people like your voice, or find your voice something that is very soothing, right? You can be someone who does guided meditations for people to help them to clear and calm their mind. I mean, there's so many things you can do, take it in so many different directions. Why is the path here? Of course, you guys, look at this. Of course you would choose the hard level, pile 3. You're the high priestess. Oh my goodness. Of course you would. That's why. Because that's the high priestess. The high priestess is very, very wise. This is why she's wise, right? She knows all. She sees all. She's incredibly psychic. This is why you're the otherworldly. Look at her third eye. Many of you have powerful, powerful psychic gifts. And I feel like many of you, this lifetime, you're meant to realize and remember who you are. The high priestess has lived many lifetimes. That's why she's so wise. She's gained so much knowledge and so much wisdom. She has access to the Akashic records. This is the direct connection to source, to spirit. So when I say you guys are otherworldly and there's just something different about this pile, you know, it's like, of course you're the high priestess. This is, yeah, like I said, it feels like you guys have like the path of a shaman, literally. The path of a shaman. The high priestess is here. Wow. This is very, very psychic energy here. I don't have another high priestess to come out for the otherworldly, but let's see. Justice. Justice. Why is the otherworldly here? I mean, you guys for sure, you're clearing karma here. You're creating karmic and restoring karmic order, karmic balance, universal balance. The Four of Pentacles. I feel like you're learning how to release attachments. The King of Swords energy in reverse. It's like you're here to learn higher consciousness. Master your gifts, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your claircognizance, your connection to the source, the Akashic records, the all that is. It's the high priestess. That's your path. That's why you guys have this. Look at that. The King of Cups at the bottom. This is you mastering your feelings, your emotions, your psychic gifts. Right? This is a lot of pain and a lot of feelings and emotions to balance, to alchemize, right? But as you go through the alchemical process, you become the King of Cups. You're the master. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. You guys are magical. Even though you might not feel like it right now, you're like, how could she say I'm magical? Look at this. But you are. And that's what you're doing in this lifetime, is you're remembering. This is you, pile 3. This is you. This is beautiful, special, enlightened. Okay, so let's look at what you're 42. Wow. This might be the best pile. Okay, so we have cultivate confidence in yourself. It says you have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. And this, to me, looks like it does, right? It does. For how long is up to you. Okay, that's up to you. To focus on your healing, to focus on alchemizing and healing this energy, transmuting it, right? It says positive energy and outcomes are indicated. Okay, so regardless of what this feels like I said, I use myself as an example because mine that I did for myself like this looks a lot like this. Looks a lot like this. You know, mine was the healer, the path of the healer, with all of these psychic energies, and you know, same like this, the high priestess and stuff like that. But this is what mine looks like too. You know, all so much stuff that you're going through, but out the other side, enlightenment. Okay, so yes, positive energy and outcomes are indicated, meaning that you will. Even though it may not seem like it right now, you will. You're the high priestess. You have to, pile 3. You have to. This is you. That's your path. The path of the high priestess. Okay? Okay, so it says, where's the good stuff at? Okay, so... Okay, so it says to have powerful wings and fly well. This has spiritual significance. The Garuda can cover great distances and reach tremendous heights. The eagle is its counterpart. It says the eagle spirit is a wisdom teacher, right? And that's what the high priestess is. She's the keeper of secret knowledge and wisdom. She knows all the answers, right? And that lives within you, right? Your feminine energy. Okay, so it says the eagle spirit is a wisdom teacher, one who advises how to utilize the storms of the ego to fill your capacity to rise spiritually, to face problems head on and use them to heal and grow. Use them to heal and grow. Eagle seeks higher sanctuary where negativities can be dealt with before they cause further problems. Another Sanskrit word accorded to Garuda is Vishari, which essentially means conqueror of poisons. Look at that. Conqueror of poisons. Garuda Suparna augurs a time when you will need to rise above the pettiness of the ego and ensure you nip negativities in the bud, lest they become powerful enough to cause havoc in your heart. You don't need to become ensnared within the drama of the ego. Garuda fights on the side of the light and is a bringer of powerful protection and hope and is a symbol of rebirth. He is a capable warrior, and that's what you feel like. You are warriors here, pile 3. His dark side can be seen in that he is merciless. In Buddhism, he is known as the dignity of wisdom. Sometimes our compassion can outweigh our wisdom. Our empathy allows troublesome behaviors or circumstances to fester and develop into far greater problems later on. If we had listened to our wisdom, we would have cut them off at the root. But while it can be harder to do so later, it is not impossible. And it is Garuda who teaches us to be unyielding when that is what wisdom calls for. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Garuda has the mystical power to grow, shrink, depending on what is needed to accomplish heroic tasks. Okay, so basically this is Spirit saying here, imagine that you are, right, this mighty eagle. Spread your arms as though they were wings and fly around your room. You may swoop and soar effortlessly. If you can safely stand on a chair, on a step, do so. So it says, imagine, intend, sense, or feel that you are gazing down at your life from a higher perspective. What do you see? Are there issues that need to be dealt with immediately before they escalate? Do you need to make yourself unavailable to certain negativities? Do you need to withdraw and seek spiritual connection whilst a storm beneath you unfolds? Give yourself permission to see, sense, feel, and acknowledge your own wisdom. When you are ready, ground yourself safely in your nest. Place your hands in prayer at your heart and bow. You are bowing to the light, to divine wisdom, to Garuda, the eagle spirit teacher within your soul. I love that. Yeah, but yeah, look at this, you guys. The path, the high priestess, of course, pile 3. Of course you are the high priestess. Okay? I feel like this is just you remembering, right? I got this. I don't have to keep myself in this energy any longer. Right? It's all about this transmutation. And like I said, meditation, okay? Meditation may be something incredibly powerful for you, right? Because it's also how you connect into your high priestess energy, how you strengthen your third eye, how you reach your path of enlightenment as you're walking down that corridor. Okay? So that is all that I have for you, pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.